So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today, this is the biggest preview I've ever had to do, ever. I've been doing the preview since 2017. We're in 2023 now, and there's not been a preview I've done where I've been more excited, scared, nervous, every sort of emotion that you can think of for a football game. Newcastle United face Southampton in the semi-finals of a major trophy, which is absolutely crazy. Honestly, it's going to be a weird one because obviously we'll play Southampton and then our next game's against Southampton, so like the preview and predict team next time might not be into depth as much because obviously we've just played them and it'll basically just be a recap of how we played in the last game. But a lot to speak about in this game. For this game, obviously with Southampton's form recently, but their defeat today, obviously Newcastle's game and whatnot. Let's get on our boys. So as you all know, before I start anything, I don't want to give anything away quickly. I do have my ticket for the home game. I don't want to reveal anything just in case. I've got my home game ticket. I'll not be going to the game on Tuesday, but I'll be on that game where we could be 90 minutes away from Wembley, which is absolutely mad. Long intro. Anyways, let's get into the video now, boys. Let's start off by looking at Southampton. So then, Southampton, the bottom of the league. A lot of hate going towards Ralph Hasenhüttl before he got sacked. Nathan Jones wasn't having a pretty time, but we'll go through their whole run and whatnot of the cup. If we actually look at their cup run, right? So if we go Southampton matches, so they beat Cambridge 3-0, and then drew 1-1 to Sheffield Wednesday on penalties, beat Lincoln 2-1, and then beat Manchester City. As we all know, 2-0, which was a crazy game because obviously if Southampton didn't win, we would have had City away and whatnot. But I don't want to say anything because it's a cup game. Anything can happen. Southampton are sitting bottom of the league. Yes, they have just got beat to Aston Villa. We'll have a look at some of their players who will stand out and whatnot in the game, but they're in the semi-final for a reason, and we can't take Southampton for granted whatsoever. They've got some good players, yes. By looking at their squad and their form, I would probably see them in the Championship next season, but they do have some brilliant players in their team. First of all, James Ward-Prowse is absolutely immense. I would love him in Newcastle, sitting in that midfield with Joe Linton and Bruno with Willock, and just try and work something out. I would love him at the two, and he is getting to an age. He is 20 years, so he'll probably stay at Southampton for the rest of his career. But they've got a very, very young squad. Bazunu, the keeper, 20 years old, the same age as me. That is mad. Kyle Walker-Peters, I thought he was actually quite younger. He's 25. Salisu, 23. I said. Lavia, 19, and then Diallo, 23. They've got some young players, and the way that they somehow went, just by looking at it, it just looked like they were ready for the Championship with their signings. Yes, they signed Orsic, who's a brilliant player. Did he come on today actually? He did in the 84th minute. He'll probably start. Maitland-Niles on the bench. Aribo, he was brilliant at Rangers, scoring obviously in that European final, but there probably will be some changes. They'll probably reserve that game a little bit against Aston Villa, because if they're going to go through to Wembley into the final, this home game is massive for them. Us Newcastle fans are saying if we don't lose the game, we are extremely happy. Say Southampton win 2-0 at St Mary's, we will be fucked. Absolutely fucked. But it's very capable. Southampton are very capable to getting a result like that 2-0 with some of the players that they do have. Obviously, former Malaga youngster Adam Armstrong played against Aston Villa, but it's a tough one to call. Southampton on a team that you can judge down. Yes, the bottom of the league, and they are there for a reason. But then, yet again, they're all in a semi-final of a major trophy this season. They can't be that bad, surely, but. And these Southampton fans watching, let me know your thoughts of going into the game. I can't really say too much of their team sheet changing. That young lad, 19 years old, Edozie, he obviously scored against Man City. I expect him to start. Came off in the 62nd minute, so that's probably why, to keep him fresh and fit. But I think we can't be going to St Mary's going, oh, Southampton, easy win, blah 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 and whatnot, and we get slapped. We're going to go to the game with a lot of intensity, a lot of just we need to be ready for this game, because Southampton can pull off a result. Let's speak about Newcastle then. So lads, I didn't want to say this in a video because I don't want to jinx it and I don't want to back Southampton down, but I have already booked Wembley, simply because how expensive it will be for train tickets and hotels come a couple of weeks time. Come by the time Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, how expensive it will be for hotels and whatnot, because there's just know that people will pay to go and see the club. So I've booked it. It cost me a lot of money still, but one of them. But if we go through, it'll be not a miracle, it'll be absolutely delightful. And if not, I can't get a refund on my train ticket, so the scamming bastards have got a free. I can go to London for now, which I'm not going to. Anyways, off topic, Newcastle. I'm recording this on the same day as the Crystal Palace game, just after the game, having a chilled night. No session for Binksy, not on it, so you'll be seeing this on Sunday. I'll be fresh as out, but Newcastle obviously just played Crystal Palace, drew 0-0, another clean sheet for Newcastle. Unreal defensively, but attacking wise, it's looked a bit dull. And St Maximin and Isaac came on. It's a time for them to start. You will all see it all in the predicted team tomorrow on Monday, but it's going to be a weird game. It's going to be, it's not going to seem right being in a semi-final. Like Southampton did not too long ago, where they got to Wembley, where they beat Liverpool. Their tactic was at St Mary's, they drew 0-0 and then went Anfield and sat back, got a lucky counter attack with Shane Long, and man scored and they were through. Will they do the same tactic? I think we've got to go into that game. Obviously we'll still think about that Premier League game when was it? It was November. But last time we actually conceded a goal was against Southampton, which is crazy knowing that we're going into February next month, and last time we conceded a goal was January. November. Oh, my head went there. We beat them obviously 4-1, a very comfortable performance, Almond scoring and whatnot. But he same score again, I think that was his last goal for the club, it was. So he's been a little bit of a drought recently. I think when he get Miggy a goal and to send us through, but I don't want to say too much about the team news. Obviously the predictive video tomorrow, and it's a tough one to call. It is the cup for a reason. I think if Newcastle United do pick up a win, an advantage, going to St James's Park, knowing that we are 90 minutes away from Wembley, I can't see Southampton going through. But you kind of put them down. You kind of we're kind of taking that for granted, as I said. If I've got to say a prediction, boys, I'll play it safe. I always sit on the fence. I'll go 1-1 for this leg, not for the whole first two legs. For this game, away from home at the St Mary's, a 1-1 draw. And there we go, boys. That is the end of the preview. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you all for the predicted team tomorrow and the game on Tuesday night. It's going to be an intense one, honestly. Oh God, we'll have to wait and see what happens, boys. Anyways, see you in the next one, boys. Have a good one, and let's see what we can do on Tuesday. How are you, the lads?